So we have discussed agriculture and we have done first type of agriculture, which was called as subsistence primitives. Now we are talking about again subsistence farming. That means again the farmer is growing something which is for the self use, but it is intensive. Intensive word means there is intense use of manure and there is lot of labor, lot of farming is done, and densely populated areas are there, people are too much, so whatever is produced it is consumed. So let's see what are the two types of intensive farming. So intensive farming is of two types. The first type of intensive farming here is intensive subsistence agriculture dominated by paddy. Paddy is rice. In places like China, in places like India's West Bengal or Bangladesh, these places have got a lot of fertile agricultural land where rain happens and water is enough. So people do rice farming. Okay. It is dominated by rice crop. Land holdings are small. You can see that how small the fields are. There's so many fields and there are so many small fields all around. So to stop water at different levels, they make boundaries like this. Family labor is used. All the family members work in the field. There is less use of machines because most of the work is done with the hands. So family labor is used, manual work is done. This and this will be same and this means this. If manual labor is less, it means manual labor is used, it means machines are less. Farmyard manure is used. That means they're not using fertilizers which are made in the factories and industries. They're using farmyard manure like cow dung and all. Yield per unit is high, but per capita is low. That means the production is very high in these areas. A lot of crops come out, but population is also so high that it is consumed within. Okay, so per capita production is high as population density is high. This question can come for give reason. Why yield per unit is high but per capita is also low? Yield is high because the land is fertile, so good crop comes out. Per capita is low because population is so much that per person distribution of crops come out to be low. Like for example, if 10 students of our class brings 2 toffees each and you have 20 toffees in the class, and then we distribute it on the amongst the 15 students in the class or 20 students in the class, then per person will get 1 toffee. So this is how the yield will be high because 10 students have brought 2 each, so we got 20 toffees. And since we had 20 students in the class and we gave 1 to each, so per capita toffee availability was just 1 because people were more. So after distributing it, it came out to be low. Okay, so that is what is happening here. Production is high, distribution to people becomes low. That is called as per capita availability. Intensive subsistence agriculture other than rice. Other than rice, in these areas, people also grow crops like wheat, like you can see in Punjab in India. They also grow barley, soya bean and sorghum, like in Southeast Asia. And it depends on what kind of climate and soil is there. So people grow the crops according to the climate. All right. So agriculture, we have done subsistence, primitive, where old techniques are used. Subsistence but intensive, that means growth is high but people are also so much that everything is consumed, it's not sold in the market. Now we are talking about one modern kind of agriculture, that's a third type of agriculture, which is called as plantation agriculture. Plantation agriculture is quite beneficial type of agriculture. In this, trees or bushes are planted at one time. Like you can see, once they grow, they give the yield. Every year you don't have to do hard work. You just spray pesticides, insecticides and collect the crop. So it needs a lot of capital investment, but not much of hard work is there in this. Okay, so this is called as plantation. It was mainly introduced by Europeans and it is done on large estates. Like you can see a very big tea farm. This is a very big plantation. So plantation is always a very large estate. There is a lot of money required. There should be good managerial skills because somebody has to guide people. to go collect, keep it here, pack it, and all that. So this is a managerial work. There is a technical support also because we need fertilizers, pesticides to be sprayed, water to be given, and scientific method of cultivation is done, like in contour plowing or what kind of method is used here. French people, when they made colonies, they started doing cocoa and coffee in West Africa. British people started with tea in India. Rubber was introduced to Malaysia and sugarcane was introduced to West Indies. Spanish and Americans introduced coconut and sugar in Philippines. Dutch people started sugarcane in Indonesia, and coffee fazendas, the coffee growing areas, were managed by British in Brazil. So this is how this was mainly a colonial production where colonies were made. People did this kind of agriculture because it is very beneficial. It takes a lot of hard work. I remember there are certain movies, old movies, if you know, they are made on this kind of plantation workers which were taken from different countries to another countries where when colonies were made. Okay, so and the best thing about this is it is a single crop farming. That means when you grow tea, you grow only tea, no other crop. If they are grapes, they are grapes. If they are olives, they are olives. Like that. It's a single crop farming and it needs cheap labor because a lot of work is to be done by hand, like plucking of fruits and flowers and tea leaves is done by hand, so cheap labor is required. It also needs good transport system because the material which is plucked has to go to market immediately or it is to be exported, so transport is required.